Hello, and welcome back. It's 2022.
I exist. I'm here. It took us a while to get here.
I'm being haunted
I
by...
was expecting like a big like woo, and you're like, no, I am here now.
I'm being haunted by the ghost of Tom Clancy.
Oh, okay. Why? Why is he here?
Okay, so...
I was
what?
like, who is Tom Clancy?
Tom Clancy, my man.
Educate yourself. So, I'm reading Rainbow Six at the moment, the 1998 novel by Tom Clancy. Great book, really long. It's like 900 pages, which I guess isn't that long in the grand scheme of things, but I haven't read a book in a while. No.
Bruh, last time I read a book was like high school.
Didn't you read like Foundation recently?
Yes, no, about...
That is a small book, though.
About June of last year, I started getting back into
on.
books. Yeah, it is. I started getting back into reading for the first time since high school, like 6 years previously. So, hang on. Yeah, I've read maybe about half a dozen books since then, and got most of the way through a collection of Sherlock Holmes stories, which are pretty good, but they're old, and it's a lot to get through. But anyway, I'm reading Rainbow Six at the moment. Great book. Within the last maybe 2 weeks, just a bunch of Tom Clancy-centric things have been happening to me. I listened to a podcast, a D&D podcast called Dungeons and Daddies. Oh my god.
Yes.
And at one point, they go to a castle made of books, and they just start talking about Tom Clancy novels.
Yeah, right.
Because all the players are playing dads as their characters.
Yeah.
So obviously they talk about Tom Clancy, and they're just name dropping like Ding Chavez and John Clark, who are characters in Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
And
Very specific.
And then I came upstairs to, I think, cook something in the kitchen, and our parents had something on the TV, like one of those YouTube playlists, you know, those upcoming movie trailer things, I think just as background noise. And one of them was I think it's a Michael B. Jordan movie called Without Remorse, based on a Tom Clancy novel of the same name.
Yo.
And guess who the main character of that book is? John Clark.
John
One of the main characters of Rainbow Six. Yeah. And also, just yesterday, I found out they are making a Splinter Cell remake of the first game.
Let's go.
Tom Clancy is, like, in my life at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
And you're going to play Siege this afternoon. So.
I was about to say, and then literally I come upstairs and we're like, we're streaming Siege.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, that's
actually really weird. That's like a lot of coincidences.
It's been my 2022 so far. It's the year of Clancy. Yes.
Yeah, speaking of, so like obviously you can kind of tell, like based on this podcast, we don't really have like a specific topic and whatnot. Your pillow's really I just noticed how like white that is, and it's really bugging me now.
That was a lot for me to bring in, like, top of the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you guys talk for a bit.
We were away for a while.
Yeah, we took a bit of a break, which honestly I feel like was needed.
Christmas, New Year's, parties, all of the above.
I didn't go to a single party.
Oh, I went to too many. I was in a bad state.
I was like, I think that really just sums us up.
Yeah.
I went to one New Year's party, but it was like with like my mum's friends and things like that, and it ended before 10. So, no, I'll say it ended about at 11 actually.
I decided you're too loud.
CONALL has gotten up to adjust the audio levels.
Okay. Am I good?
Yep.
Hello? Is that too quiet?
Apparently we're good now.
Oh dear.
And we've lost CONALL. So
Can you fix it?
CONALL has gotten back on the bed where he sits from... this is for audio listeners. I don't know how many people are doing that.
We good?
He's
It'll just have a gap. So
we good.
He's gotten back on the bed and unplugged his microphone.
Give me. I need a clap sync right now.
And I have hobnobs.
I need a secondary clap sync. Give me that.
Just mute this and so people don't just get this message.
Yeah, woo!
Yeah, we're good.
And that is how we line up the audio. Anyway, like I was saying, so we don't actually have a topic, so we're just like freeballing today. How was your actual, like, New Year's Day? Did you have, I'm going to be like real cliche, did you, what had him?
That's not cliche.
Yeah. No, did you, like, end 2021, like, on a high? Were you like, yeah, sick, let's go into the new year? Or did you just not give a fucking any two ways?
I was very hungover.
On New Year's Eve?
Day.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, going from New Year's Eve being, like, 21 to, like, the changeover, were you, like, goodbye 2021, or did you just not really, like...
I just don't think like that.
Yeah.
It's just another year.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool.
Yeah, pretty much. We went to a friend's batch at probably about an hour up the coast.
Yeah.
Their property used to be, like, because it's like right on the beachfront. So it's pretty great. It used to be twice as big, but a few years ago the sea claimed a lot of it.
The sea came onto land.
Yeah, so they
Is that like under insurance, or is that just kind of like?
I think it.
I
think
feel
it's
like that's
just it.
something that's just gonna happen, so insurance won't be like.
They used to have a proper batch on there, but now they've just parked a tiny home on a trailer on the property, and it's alright. It's a nice space.
Honestly, yeah.
There was maybe like a couple dozen of us. We just pitched up tents on the property and
See, that's sick.
had a bonfire on the beach. Yeah, I had a cigar and far too much alcohol, and I had to throw up. Other than that, it was pretty good. Got to see some friends who I haven't seen.
I didn't drink
quite a while,
lick of alcohol on New Year's.
I worked New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I had
That's
from the
not good.
26th to the 10th off. I had such a good holiday. No,
Bro,
actually,
it's a stitch up.
I didn't even work the 26th. The Sunday, no, sorry, the Monday before, whatever that. I think that was on actually about. I think it was the 22nd. I think the 22nd is the last I worked actually. So I had from the 22nd to the 10th off. It was great.
I didn't get anything off. The only day I got off was Christmas Day, I think.
Oh, did you do the Boxing Day?
No,
Rush?
Fortunately, my normal shift isn't on Boxing Day, so
Oh, okay.
technically I got it off, even though it was my normal day off. So
But you still doing the sales, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fucking mental. It was not okay.
Retail around the holidays. No
I was so happy. So when I applied for my job, they said, "Are you planning, going away anytime off booked?" And sorry, I just realized I'm not wearing one of my rings. I've been playing with it, and then like when my hand was up, I was just like, "Wait, I don't feel it."
Wait a minute.
So they were like, "Do you have any planned time off or whatever?" And I like generally we go away on Boxing Day, but we generally either come back the same day or the next day. But I was just like, "Oh yeah, we actually go away from Boxing Day to New Year's." Woo. And then, so she was just like, "Okay, well, how long would you like off?" And then I remembered that my mum only went back on the 4th, so I was just like, "To the 4th, yeah, we'll be gone from the 26th to the 4th." And so she was like, "Okay, yep, cool, great." And I was just like, "Yes." And that's when all the 11-hour shifts were happening.
Oh boy.
11 hour.
11
Why?
hours, yeah, 9 till 8s, because we had late nights over the holidays. Yeah. I only had to work one, bless. But one of my other colleagues who was hired at the same time as me, she was like, "How the hell did you get Boxing Day off?" And I was like, "My guy, big brain moves over here."
I just ask really far, like, in advance, and can't really do anything.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And, like, you're allowed that leave, you know? So it's like...
Well, they tried to tell me that I was needed then, and I was just like, well,
I'm allowed
sucks to suck.
I'm allowed to have time off if I want time off.
See, I feel like this is the difference between our generations as well, because even Mum was like, "Oh, like we may or may not be going away, and like we only go away for that day, so surely you can just tell them." And I was like, "No."
No.
I was like, "No, I've taken this time off. This is my leave."
Yeah.
No,
You can
sort it out.
You can take time off for whatever you want to take time off for.
Whereas my mum's the complete opposite. Like, she'll take leave, and then if she's needed, she'll just like cancel it. She'll be like, "Oh, I have to come into work. I have to work," and I'm just like, could never be me.
I mean, there is the moral kind of like...
I have no moral compass.
If you like your co-workers and you're like, shit, I kind of feel like an ass, It depends how long you're taking off as well.
Yeah.
Because, like... I don't know.
But the thing is, most of my co-workers have worked there for like 12 years, so I'm just kind of like... You clearly enjoy it. Like,
have fun with that.
So
or don't, but...
Mum does a lot of volunteer work as well with like the theatres and things like that, and she's volunteering at WOMAD, and... She's doing she's not like one of the high up things, but it's like a relatively important job where she'll be like managing people.
Yeah.
And they told her that they can get someone else to work the off shift, so she'll only have to work a 4-hour shift a day. And she said, "No, if I'm going to do the job, I'll do it properly." So she's now working 9-hour shifts for the whole weekend of WOMAD. And I was like,
that
sounds
painful.
And I was just like, just a question. Why? Like, you only had to work and like that's the thing. So when you volunteer for WOMAD, you do your shift and then you get free tickets to the rest of the festival. It's a 3-day festival. And I was like, you literally only had to work 4 hours for each day, and then you could have just enjoyed the festival. And Mum's just like, "No, but if like they get someone else, like, different people run things differently." So she's like, "Then I'm going to come back and they're going to mess it all up." No. And I was like, "You're not being paid. This is a volunteer role. Why do you care?"
Interesting.
That's the thing. She's just like, "Oh, well, it's fun. You get to listen to the music." And I'm like, "You know what else is fun?
Actually
watching
going
the
to see it, yeah.
performance. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just like, because she said that like they've got their staff areas that's cordoned off, so you can like just sit and chill. You don't have to be like right in the mix, which fair enough. But you can still sit in the staff areas when you're not working because you are still staff. Like you are allowed to chill there. They've got like designated areas for the volunteers to chill, and I'm just like, so you could have just removed yourself or whatever without actually having to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's gone from having 12 hours total to having what 20. Brain math 27.
I don't know.
3 days of 9 shifts.
Oh, it's 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days of 9 shifts. 27, right? 27
Yes.
hours. Yeah.
Ugh.
Quick.
Math.
That was.
I
the
realized it was
easiest
3. I
timetable.
realized it was 3 days. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, no, that was the easiest timetable. My brain was still like, ugh. But yeah, so she's effectively, doubled and a bit her shifts just because she doesn't want someone else to mess up her schedule. And I was like, could never be me. I don't understand putting in that much time, effort, and energy for something that you just don't get the reward out of.
No.
And then Mum called me selfish. I was just like, I
mean,
feel like it's okay to be able to get reward for doing work.
It kind of makes sense on such a short event that's so like jam packed, and there's probably not like there probably is some sort of training that they've set, but then again, like if somebody comes in and it's only for 3 days, you can't exactly like train somebody to know better.
That's the thing. It's yes and no, because it is a lot about kind of like it is sort of the who you know bit as well. So Mum's been volunteering for like yonks. I think this is her 5th year volunteering. Yeah.
Jesus.
Generally, Mum and Shemaine volunteer, and I just buy a 1-day ticket because I don't care. And then it's plus because Mum and Shemaine are staff anyway, I get to hang out in the staff area. So
That's true.
So she's just been like, at first she's never done like, how they have like the trash picker volunteers and things like that. She's never done that sort of stuff, but like she's always either been on like gate or like something quite small, but they obviously get talking and they know what she does. My mum's administrations manager like for a day job, so now that like they know what she does and they've seen her for the past couple of years, so they trust her, so they're like, hey, do you want to go up to this job? So I don't think there actually is any like training. It's more putting your life skills into a role.
Right.
Like they do have meetings and things before WOMAD actually happens, but there's no like, like when you go to a job trial, there's no like official training. It's just kind of like, hey, this is what you'll be doing.
Wing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
it's like,
much.
this is what you'll be doing. They were telling me though, at the end of WOMAD, they end up with like 3 crates full of like credit cards, sunglasses, wallets, that people just like leave behind. And I was like, how do they return that? And she was like, well, the wallets obviously have information, so they can try and find people and call people. Sunglasses and things like that, they hold it for a certain amount of time, and if nobody claims it, I guess it either goes like, their loss is your gain, or it goes to the police, but then the police hold it, and then that just goes into like custody.
Storage.
Yeah. And I'm just like, those things are just gone then. Like, it would be of better use if you were just like, well, finders keepers, because otherwise it's just going to sit in the police station for who knows how many years until they finally just go, oh yeah, bin this.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm like, it's just such a waste.
Who fucking knows?
That's a good little sidetrack.
I mean, if you lose something at WOMAD, you're probably like, it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
It's disappeared. There's
well, that's
no
the thing.
chance.
If it was a wallet, I'd go check. If it's my sunglasses, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, nah, I can't.
Yeah.
be fucking
like
bothered.
a $20 pair from JoJo's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine are $10 from JJ because it was a 2 for $20.
Wow.
I actually get so many.
That's
I don't even have them with
using
me,
your big
but-
I
brain.
can smell something weird, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Weird.
It's not out there. Kind of
Here's
smells like maple syrup.
sniffing. Is it my hobnobs?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
To me, it kind of smells like that and an electrical burn.
I have cookies.
Don't say that! Don't say that. Do you know how many electronics there are in here?
Yeah, bro. And like, I can just hear the fan of your PC just like
Well, now
whirling away.
that thing's really cold, so...
Yeah.
I have smelt like that kind of burning electrical smell in here, not necessarily in this room, but around this area of the house before.
But burning,
It might have been when it was my old PC case, because it got very hot in
it was
there.
probably just all the dust.
that's what I was saying. Burning
Yeah.
electrical smells can also just be from dust.
Well, nothing's on fire, so...
Yeah. All of a sudden, the PC just goes,
Yeah, that we
I'd
can
be
see.
so fucking pissed off.
bro. Do you have insurance on that?
Specific parts will have insurance.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant. Like,
My graphics card will have insurance. The case probably has insurance. Motherboard, CPU, because they're new. Generally, graphic cards have a 3-year
yeah.
warranty, and other parts will have different ones depending on what.
That's the only problem with
average
my PC
lifetime
being secondhand is I don't know.
It's a fucking massive.
Well, you won't have any warranty, so.
Yeah, but that's so because I'm eventually moving and I have to ship my stuff overseas. I'm so worried because the only thing I'm really taking
should
with
be.
me is clothes, PC. Like at the bare minimum, that's all I need because like I need my PC at this point. Like I can't just take my laptop. I need my PC. And I was saying to Mum, she's like, yeah, you just like send it on unaccompanied shipping. It's like all good. And I was just like, no. It was like the PC, the 2 monitors. I kind of want to take the desk, but like honestly, like depends on how expensive it is. I'll just buy a new one. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Desks aren't too expensive.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like if there isn't one where I'm living, it's just going to be annoying to then have to like go get one because also I won't have my car.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I have to sell my car, which will give me, extra cash. But anyway. And I was
Grand
just,
for that?
Easy
grand.
bit more than that.
The thing's a shit. Who the fuck's gonna buy that thing?
True, my little Shrek movie.
Or it is a granny car,
interesting.
so
Yeah.
you could easily up price that to a granny.
Yeah,
No.
that's
Which
the
is
thing.
kind of a dick move.
One of my
Well,
mates,
Yeah,
one of my
just
mates
a
were
touch.
like, "Oh, so you're selling it now?" And I was like, "Fuck no, dude! Look at the state of it. Like, it's got so many cobwebs and things like that on it. Just because I parked under the tree, so like it just got attacked."
Yeah, bro. There's like 5 spiders in my car. I
Yeah.
think.
I
That's
was
not
also
good.
really annoyed because at my work, so we do have like a parking complex at my work, but on the weekends they tell you to park on the parking spaces just outside.
Yeah.
And so there were like plenty of parking spaces, but like because my car's so obvious, they always know when I park in there. One of my other coworkers never got told about that rule though, when I was a little bit like, shady. But anyway, so I parked on the outside, came back, and my mum came into work, and she was like, "By the way, your car has just been decimated in seagull shit. Like your car, because there was a lamppost like right above."
Oh no.
And she's like, "Your car looks like it's been like attacked. Like, bro, you're gonna have to take a bottle of water or something out there because those windscreen wipers will not take it.
Jesus.
Front, back, side, all of it just covered." And I was like, "Are you
Jesus.
fucking kidding me? I'm never parking here again. I don't care. I'll just say that they were all full because on the weekends I arrive late anyway. I start later than everyone else, so I'll just be like." It was all full. Not like they're gonna know.
So-
Just I'm parking in there. I'm not going through this again.
Fair
It's-
enough.
Dude,
Yep.
it was awful. It was awful. Also, speaking of spiders in your car, I had I've got this cobwebs and things like that. One of them made their way inside and came down while I was driving. Literally, like
Oh, boy.
from the front
Oh,
of
there's
like.
there's
What kind
one
of
of my
spider?
vents.
Oh, it was tiny little black one. So I was able to just like, but I was just driving, and like from the thing that you pull down,
Sun visor, yes.
sun visor. That's it. I was just like the sun thing. It just came down from that side and just like right in front of my face, just started coming down, and I was
boy.
like, "Huh." But thankfully, I was on the highway. Like I was driving straight, so like I
Right,
wasn't
yeah.
worried about like I was going fast, but I was
Just going
driving
around a
straight.
corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was just
There's a-
driving through and the spider came down, and but because I was driving straight, I could just like, and it was fine. But dude, if it had been like a jumping spider or whatever, I like jumping spiders. They're small, but
They jump at you.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But Mum's always like, just grab it, and I'm like.
Grab it. I'm
Mum does that
driving,
all the
bro.
time.
No.
She does that. Like, if she
No.
sees a jumping spider, she'll just, like,
Fuck
put her
off.
hands on top of it so it
No.
jumps into her hands.
The jumping spiders aren't too bad.
Like,
really.
that's the thing. They can't
Like, I
bite
could
you,
do
but they
that,
jump.
but
They jump at you.
It's quite scary. Yeah.
Don't come at me. No.
Now I'm thinking about spiders. A lot of cobwebs in my room.
You don't have any spiders, though, that I can see.
Oh, they're in here.
They're hiding.
They are definitely in here.
You will
There's a
never
new cobweb
see
every
me
day.
coming.
Yeah. That was one
yeah.
of my American friends. She was like, "So do you guys have, like, the big-ass spiders like Australia?" And I was like,
No.
No. No. I was like, the biggest spider we
fuck.
get is probably, like, big whitetails and things like that, and they only get, like, this big. She was like, "That's fucking huge! What do you mean?"
You get like wolf spiders.
Yeah, no, but she meant, like, inside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get wolf spiders inside? I've never seen wolf.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they come in.
Very rarely compared to others,
I'm
but
gonna
they do.
Google what they look like.
Nah,
They're like
don't.
they're like
I
kind of
wanna
like the
see- I wanna
huntsman's,
see.
but slightly darker, I think.
Yeah. I mean, huntsman spider. We're talking about the massive Australian ones.
No, we have the huntsmans as well, but they're very small. Like they're a smaller variant, aren't they?
I don't know. I don't know much about spiders. I prefer to.
I just
avoid them.
see them and I'm like, you're scary.
Yeah.
That's the first photo that came up. I'm really not. I'm really not happy.
I'm not even looking at it. No, I cannot do spiders. No.
Oh really?
No.
I'm very close to this curtain, and it's like great climbing material.
I've never
It's
seen
right
one
on
of
my
those
neck.
inside. That looks like a less hairy tarantula.
Tarantula.
Tarantula, yeah.
Yeah, look, you
Tarantula.
get them a lot around the coast.
You also get cuttlepos around the coast. No, thank
Worst
you.
thing I've ever seen. Ooh, this one's pregnant. Oh, that's disgusting.
Stop looking at spiders.
We've had one of these in our sink. Remember how I told that story about we had a spider in the sink and I turned it on the tap and all
Yes.
the babies? That was what this was.
Oh, don't show me that.
Yeah, no.
That's what that was.
You should look
No,
at that.
I don't
That's
wanna.
disgusting.
I don't want to.
That was
No.
foul.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That thing was like bursting.
yeah. Because they all just like sit on its butt. I don't know if they're eating it. To be fair, I don't really know.
I don't know,
But like,
smells
yeah, I turned on the tap and they all just like ran. I was like,
I'm getting very itchy now. We should stop talking about this.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go on to a
generally
segue
what happens.
topic, but I don't remember what it was now. I was too invested in the spiders.
Spiders are too interesting, really.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with
Spider
moving
investment.
to Australia. Mum's just like, if you ever like have a big spider, I'm not gonna be able to get it for you because like obviously because they're not here. And I'm just like, I'll just burn the house down. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'll move. Like, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Lauren and TJ, they sent me a video at like 5 a.m. and obviously I only saw it in the morning, but I was like, what the fuck are they
Right.
sending me at 5 a.m.? Avondale spider in their bed.
Ugh.
TJ woke up because there was something like he felt the itchy like on his face, and he smacked like that and felt something. So he turned on the light, and there was this like big ass black
no.
Avondale spider. They are harmless, but like
It's
spider
still
in your
not
face at 5
fun.
a.m. Yeah, and it was big. It like that.
I didn't
And
need,
he just-
I didn't need to hear that story.
It was.
I mean, I've only had a daddy long legs crawl on my face. So
Yeah.
I've never had anything on me.
I've
gonna
I've
happen
had
one
one
day.
crawl next to my face.
It's
So I
gonna
was
happen
lying
one
on
day,
the
and you're
couch
gonna
like this.
shit your
It
pants.
will not happen.
Yeah.
It will happen.
not. It will not.
It will happen.
No.
You're not gonna sleep tonight.
No. I am manifesting this. It will never ever happen to me.
I had a big ass like daddy long legs. Didn't quite crawl like on me, but like I was leaning on the couch like that, just like on the side, and I just felt this sort of thing by my arm, and like I kind of looked and I just saw it like right next to my face, and I was like, jumped back, and it was on the pillow, like it wasn't on me, but
Those
like
ones are fine. Daddy longs are fine.
I'm having
When
like a
it's this close to your
physical
face, not
reaction
quite.
to this. And I don't
yeah,
like
you're
it.
like,
My body does not feel right now.
Yeah.
And my face is becoming very flush for some reason. Why?
it's getting warm.
It's
I've
like
gotten a lot better about it, like compared to how I used
It's still
to.
just-
But I still can't do spiders.
if I see it from far away, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You're a spider.
I'm okay
Stay
with
over
spiders
there.
until someone's like, hey, can you deal with that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Oh, bro,
You were serious. I have a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lighter and a can of butane. Can we? Can
I was
we,
at
sort something out?
work on Wednesday, and we had some stock come in, and it was a box of dog food, I
Oh,
think.
boy.
And I open up the box,
Yep.
and I just see this fucking cockroach, fucker this big.
One of those big old like
Yeah.
Madagascar looking bastards.
Yeah, and he's just like going towards my hand. I'm like, Here's a big
we've
fucker.
been getting those in the house the last couple of years.
We had a mini cricket in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
Could
It
you
was
not say
so
that?
cute.
like, why would you tell me that?
There was there was one in the
Wait, did you say cockroach or cricket?
Cockroach.
yeah like
There's a
the
big boy.
big fuckers. There was one in the bathroom. This was like a couple of years ago, and then we had one in our bedroom a couple months ago. So yeah,
I'm glad we don't get hoo-hoo beetles in town.
Where there's one, there's many.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
The
Yeah,
hoo-hoo
I've
beetles.
like barrier sprayed around all the
Yeah.
windows and doors and shit. So
We had a cricket in our bathroom. It was just little baby, little. It was so cute.
Hoo-hoo beetles are so fucking large.
I've never seen one.
One of my
Google.
mates, his parents have a house like slightly out of town. It's like farmland, but not farmland.
A lifestyle.
And and I was
Yeah.
staying in his house one night, and I stepped outside. Don't know why. It was like the middle of the night, and I just felt this crunch. I'm like, what the fuck? So I brought out my phone, the flashlight. There's just hoo-hoo beetles just covering. I'm like, oh my god.
What's that?
Yeah,
oh
those.
my god,
They're fucking huge.
I think I've seen those before.
They're nasty, man. And I think they make loud sounds as well. I don't remember.
It's the heaviest beetle found in New Zealand.
Yeah, they're chunky.
I went to bed at like 2 a.m. the other night. And as I'm getting into bed, I was like recording a Snapchat, and then I kind of like looked up, and there was just this bug. Kind of looked like it had the head of a praying mantis, but the body kind of like that, but like obviously like smaller. It was really weird. Yeah, it was weird, and it was black, and I was just
my
like,
nightmares.
Yeah, and I just looked up, and I was like, no, and my mate was like, just get rid of it, just like close.
What the fuck is that?
It would have been like a bird on the drain or something.
Oh,
See, to me, it sounds like TV static. When like things like creak, and I was
We had like
my
a
computer sometimes,
creaky,
my laptop
clicky
sometimes,
noise.
not laptop, monitor does that. Because it goes like, and I'm like, I hope that's it not breaking.
all right. But anyway,
It's fine though.
I hope I
That
finished my
wasn't
story.
important.
Yeah.
Found the bug, and he was like, hey, yeah, just like take it out. And I was like, no, because I named him Steve. I was like, I'm not prepared for Steve to have wings. If Steve has wings, I'm out. Like, I'm done. So I just went to bed, woke up in the morning, it was gone, and I was like, cool, great.
Yeah.
Later that day, the obviously following day, he was on my wall in a different place, and I was like, okay, it's like 4, I can like shoo him out, whatever. Steve had wings. Steve had wings. He flew out my door, thankfully, so he was the rest of the house's problem. But like, Steve had wings, and I was like, could you imagine if I was dealing with that at 2 a.m? No.
Nope, not at all.
No.
There is always at least one daddy long legs in a corner in the bathroom downstairs, and his name is Jeremy.
Jeremy
Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy is the one in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There was a daddy long legs who was under my desk.
It's all Jeremy.
And then we gave it to you.
Yep. Yep.
Was he still there?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Your dad killed him, but
He just went across the entire... Oh, wait. He killed him before he took it. I thought he just went across an entire town.
there was 2. One of them came with us because we didn't see it.
Was he the really big one?
I don't know, potentially.
There was a really fucking big one.
I will say Jeremy is currently joined by Trevor and Alfredo. So
Oh, I see. Very good.
anyone who gets
Nice.
that reference,
Yes. For
good
fuck's sake.
stuff.
Are you alright?
I'm itchy because I'm
And
thinking
yes,
about spiders.
that is legitimately what I've named the spiders in the bathroom.
You have? Do you go and like,
Yes.
hey, Jeremy?
no. I'm just
Normalize
like,
naming.
Yep, you're still here.
Technically they're not inanimate objects, but like,
Insects.
yeah. I just mean
I
meant
know
to
that
say
spiders aren't insects. Don't fucking at me.
Yeah, but like normalize naming things that like don't really need names.
Yeah.
I
I like naming
asshole
inanimate objects.
fish at work, and I wanted to call him just Frederick Wilhelm III. Or the
Why do I
second.
remember that?
Oh.
We were talking about the Crusades.
Ah,
The
yes.
Emperor of Germany.
Hell yeah.
Do you
whatever.
remember that ginger cat?
Was he the one? Was he the one who fell off his horse and died?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the second one, I think.
Hell yeah.
Or the third. Or the first.
One of them.
The first? I remember.
Don't know, but do you remember
um,
that ginger cat that used to be down when we did skills training? And
Mhm.
you named him like Sir something foot, like it was a long ass name.
This would have been after my time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I don't-
Only like a year after, I think. But yeah,
fucking know,
there was this
probably.
ginger cat that was always there when we went down to do skills training. You gave him like a
Nice.
super like
Oh,
long name.
Was that at the office or?
No, that
at,
was at
Boston Park.
Boston, yeah.
I think we might have seen that cat a couple
Yeah.
times.
Like it was just always there.
Yeah, it's just vibing.
Yeah.
We named a group chat after him.
I talk.
There's nothing on your face.
Well, it was. I saw it fall.
I
think it was a
will-
hair.
I'll often talk to the machines at work, or like just our equipment.
Okay,
Like-
that's an interesting...
Talking to the copier,
No.
like, yo, what's up, George?
No, just like no, because I'm talking about like actual big industrial machines.
That
So I
still
work
doesn't
in a
make
I work in a
it
meatworks.
no less weird.
No, but it's
I don't know.
yeah,
I named
it's-
our Wi-Fi extenders, Angelica and Raven.
Well, I
How do
haven't.
you
I
name
haven't.
things?
I haven't named
just
the
nice.
machinery. Okay, I just talk to it. Like if I need something to stay in a particular position and I need
Oh,
to walk
yeah.
off, like I'll set it there and I'm like stay,
Yeah.
and then walk away and yeah, I'll like talk to it like please.
See, I
don't,
do that in my
please,
head, though.
Please don't break down.
Yeah.
Please, like just work for me, please. Just
Yeah.
like that kind of thing.
don't
I
think
freaked
I
my
have
boss
that.
out yesterday. Because we've been having a bunch of machinery issues, and just like absenteeism and yeah, things aren't going great.
Yeah.
The machine that I'm generally assigned to, I've been working with it for a while. And it's probably about a meter and a half wide by a meter and a half tall by a meter deep, and like
R2D2.
it's like a big old boxy thing. I'm not going to say what it does because that'll
Yeah.
give away where I work. But
Yeah.
it's got like a door on the front, like a hatch that opens outwards. It's hinged at the bottom, and it opens about maybe 30 degrees or so. And like parts for the machine go in there. I was I was cleaning this machine, and I had the door open, and I kind of like lost my footing for a second, and like stumbled a little, as I was like closing this hatch up, and I felt it like wobble. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's not supposed to do that. And I had a look at it, and I realized, oh, if I hold it in this right position, I can lift it out and off of the machine.
Oh.
So I do this, and I'm staring at it, and I'm like, huh, I didn't know it could do that. And then I look up, and I see my boss with her back to me, talking to another worker. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to stand here for a second.
Yeah.
It takes her about 10, 15 seconds to finish up. And she turns around, and she's like, oh, what the fuck? And I just start pissing myself, because I'm like staring her in the eyes as she turns around, like holding this hatch up.
Yeah. What? So I'm assuming she didn't know that it did that either.
No.
Yeah.
And I mean, she saw me laughing, so she figured, oh, okay, it's supposed to do that. But oh man.
So is it supposed to do that so you can get in and clean it properly?
I guess I've never done it before.
Yeah.
I think it's just for the engineers to get access to like other pieces, or maybe it's just the way it's designed. I don't know. I just didn't know that it could do that, and it was a funny moment, and I think we both needed a moment of levity after the day we were having. So, yeah.
Oh, man. It's always, like, so shit, though, when you've been doing something, like, super awkwardly, and then you figure out, like, there's a way to do it properly, and you're like...
Yeah. Oh, this wasn't even that. It was just I figured out a piece of the machine comes off that would not normally, you know, need to come off. So, yeah, it was fun. But, yes, you're right. Figuring out, like, more efficient solutions to work is always like it's a double-edged sword.
Oh, the reason why I was playing with this is because I was waiting for him to finish, and then I was going to say my anecdote, but you know, you're rude.
She's got a
you start
bottle opener on
with a
because
keychain.
you can't really see it that well. But no, there's one like an exact replica of the shape that we got in the Christmas cracker, but it's like made out of real shitty aluminium.
Oh yeah.
So I was just looking at it, and I was like, wow. So these like this specific shape is like a real thing that they've just created like a really shit knockoff. And like literally, I don't even think it would work. Like I feel like if you put a bottle cap on it, it would just bend, like it would snap.
Probably, yeah.
But I was just like, I was curious because actually, when I first looked at it, I was just like, no way, he's put the thing from the Christmas cracker on his key.
No,
I was just
I wouldn't use that.
Absolutely,
that'd be
I
trash.
feel like every man's keys has a bottle opener on it though.
Mine doesn't.
I didn't used to, but then I'm like,
Very metrosexual man.
Well,
I don't know where I found it. It just existed. I think I stole it.
Yeah.
Well, there's only like a few different like drinks that I will have, and they're in either cans or twist-offs. So I don't generally need a bottle opener.
Generally, I just drink a beer because it's easy. So
Yeah. So it just became a running
cider.
joke. Every time I went away, I'd buy Levy a bottle opener. Like, it was just... He's got, like, a collection of them now. I got him one from San Francisco, and I got him one for his birthday from Auckland, ? I don't know.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
See, I just get a free one from the bottler.
Yeah. But
It's way up there. It's like a card one.
it is
Grab
kind
it.
of nice.
Next year, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of nice as well, because you know when you go away, people, like, expect gifts. Well, they don't. They do, but they don't. Like, when someone goes away to a new country... And, like, you know, you're good friends, you kind of expect a gift. You're like, did you get me something small? So it's nice to just, like, get him something that I know he'll like. Because, you know, you can never have too many bottle openers when you're a bartender and an alcoholic. So he just has all these bottle openers now. And, I mean, he appreciates them. And it makes it super easy to, like, get them a gift and being like, here's a new one. And then he's, you know, he can say he's got something from, like, the States and things like that. Because they're like quite trendy. Like the bottle opener from San Francisco is like a beer mug, and then it's got the bottle opener on top. And the one I got him from Auckland, it said it said hot girls drink beer, and it had like actual like beer fluid in it.
All right then.
Yeah. Once again, it's because everyone thinks he's gay. Like every new person that meets him thinks he's gay.
Yeah, he's like
He's a very metrosexual man.
he is. Yeah. I remember seeing him for the first time. I'm like. Nah, he ain't that, but there's something going on there.
You're like, wait.
Like, you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
And it's like...
This is the thing. He says he's straight, but he's kissed way too many men to be straight.
There's like a limit.
Yeah.
How many men you can kiss
That's
while still
a
being
line,
straight.
Yeah. But, you know, it's great.
All right then.
Just don't cross that
dear.
line.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
To be fair, though, so many
Cross
people
every line.
have thought I was either gay or bi, and I'm just like, nope.
Nope.
Nope. because I don't know why, but like every time I wear a button-up shirt, they're like, she's got to be bi. I'm like, no, I just like
how does that
dressing
work?
like fancy.
Maybe it's because you're a streamer. I feel like that's a stereotype.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like anyone who dresses like slightly masculine, because even my mum was like, you're giving off real lesbian vibes right now. And I was like, cool,
I guess.
cool.
Rough.
Yeah, I was just like tight jeans and a button-up shirt. They're like, nah. Oh, and maybe the rings, the hipster rings.
Really?
Like, there's something not so straight
Maybe?
there. I don't know. Every time, because even when, because I'm so tall as well, like, one of my old mates, like, we always used to walk down the street and would, like, link arms or whatever, you know, as girls do. But because I'm taller, I'd always do, like, the guy part, you know, and she'd always, like, put her arm around my arm. And one of her mates, because we were talking about guys and things like that, and then she was like, oh, I straight up thought you were gay and, like, hitting on an A. And I was just like...
Wait a minute.
No, I was like, hold up. Hold up. But,
For fuck's sakes.
it's okay.
I feel
I'm
like
okay
you can
with
just look at somebody and be like,
Yeah.
there's a high chance.
Yeah. Like I was saying to my mum as well, I was just like, I don't really mind it because, like, I was saying, like, when you get a compliment from a guy, they're either genuine or, you know, they're hitting on you. When you get a compliment from a girl, 99% of the time, like, if a girl says, you look really good, like, I'm pretty sure I look really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's more genuine when it's coming from a girl, I reckon. Well, not more genuine, but it's more likely to be more genuine
I mean,
well, it depends who the guy is.
as a woman, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
As a guy, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah,
appreciate...
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
From my point of view, it's more likely to be more genuine if it's coming from a female.
Yeah.
Because when it's coming from a guy, like, and I'm talking about like strangers as well, not like your mates or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, when a guy comes up to you and he's like, "Damn, you look good today," it's just like, oh, cool, thanks.
Neat.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
Big
I
on
will
thosh.
pepper spray you.
Not today.
Jeez.
For fuck's sakes. Do we run out of things to talk about?
I don't know.
Holy shit! Only 38 minutes.
Yeah, I keep
It's-
like looking at the timeline. I was like, we're not padding out
No,
the
I feel-
run times.
I feel like
much
we've
as we
talked
usually
about
do.
so much though. Like we went from New Year's to Rainbow Six to New Year's to spiders to dress sense.
Fucking Tom Clancy, man. I swear. it just keeps coming back.
Maybe you're just insane and it's all in your head.
I mean, it's probably just that thing where, like, you know, you get a new car and then suddenly you notice, like, every single instance of that car
Yeah.
on the road.
My thing is new words. Every time I learn a new word, suddenly that word is just in everyone's fucking vocabulary, and I'm like, what? Why didn't you say this before? And my mum's always like, oh, well, you didn't notice it until then. I'm like, but why have I noticed it now? Why is now the point I've noticed it? And so, like, I'm certain I haven't heard it before.
It's definitely a thing that human brains do. I remember there was a period a few years ago where I was just seeing Audis everywhere. I keep going back to the car thing, but yeah, there was just fucking Audis everywhere.
Mine
Like,
would
at least twice a day.
always
Yeah.
be in the past with TV ads. I'll talk about like something very specific, and then there'll be like an ad
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
or like a show, and it would show something on it that was related to whatever
Yeah,
I'd
like-
spoken about very recently. I'm like, oh,
If that was online, I would say, yeah, okay, it's a targeted ad, you know,
Yeah.
they're listening to what you're saying. But
TV.
on TV, yeah, that's...
yeah, it's like,
I've got a few. So mine, like when I got my car, I'd never seen a lime green Nissan March before until I got the car, and then they were fucking everywhere, and I was just like, surely I just have not, because like let's be
I've
real,
seen a
it's not
few
a
of
it's
them.
not a great looking car. Yeah, but like before I got mine, or did you start noticing them?
No,
afterwards?
because they're so
I've-
fucking ugly. I noticed them.
Well, exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I did not notice them at
you didn't
all.
see how ugly it was, and just
I'd
like,
never seen one.
You're mad.
I'd never seen a lime green.
I've seen plenty of them.
Because we bought my car and then I moved up to Auckland, and then I saw the very first one when I was driving back home, and I was like, oh, you know, someone else has the car. Like, that's so funny. And I think I saw 4 on that trip home, and I was like,
Well, yeah, you're going like how many kilometers?
yeah, but that's the thing. I'd never seen them before. My second one is the Mog at Cadets.
Oh, yeah.
I had never seen. So, like, when we were in Cadets, like, we drove all over the place in the Mog, and like with
Mog
the lab and
being
things
a
like.
Unimog.
Yes, yeah, sorry.
Big truck.
Look it up.
Yeah, big truck. And then, like, the Land Rover and things like that. And, like, I'd never seen any of that. Or, like, our prize giving. Our prize giving we do in the middle of town, outside the museum. Never seen it before.
Well, it's one day out of the year.
But how many years has Cadets been around? And
it's one day.
That one day, I'd never seen...
You would have to be there on that very specific day, at the very specific spot for, like, what, an hour, hour and a half?
I also feel like I'd never seen the cadets at Americana before I... To be fair, I don't think I went to Americana that often before cadets, but, like, I don't feel like I ever saw them before, enlisting.
I went to Americana when I was very young and then cadets.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really...
I feel like at that age you just really wouldn't take notice of it. I definitely see them now.
Yeah.
But very infrequently.
Every time I see a cadet now, I laugh. I'm like...
You know who I've seen recently?
What?
Connor.
Oh,
He does medieval. He's done it
yeah.
for like a couple of years, apparently.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't even speak to him.
Yeah.
Kind of
Wait,
like...
how did you figure that out
I
then?
kind of like awkwardly looked at him like...
Yeah.
And then went and talked to my mate.
There's certain people that you see from your past, and like this is the thing. So certain people that I've known, I wouldn't mind just being like, "Hey, how's it going? Yeah, sick. Nice to see you." But it's never that fucking simple. They always want to know everything about your life for the past X amount of years since you've spoken last. I'm just like, I just don't care that much. Like, I hope you're doing well. Great to see you, but
I haven't really had that.
No.
Honestly.
so everybody.
I feel like with most of the guys I talk to, it's like, hey, yeah, doing well. What are you doing now? Yeah, cool.
Maybe guys are
Right.
different. But
Probably.
no, because I've had guys
Nice
do that to
seeing
me
you. Just
too.
fuck off.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've had guys do that to me too, but everyone's always like, someone came into the bakery when I was still working there. We weren't friends. We just went to the same high school. Like, she's like 4 years younger than me. And she came in and she was like, "Oh my god, but like I can't believe you work here." And I don't even remember her name. Like we were in the same house, and she was talking about like if I could get her a job at the bakery and things like that. And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
And then she was also like, "Yeah, we should totally hang out sometime." And you don't want to be like, "No." So I'm just like, "Yeah."
Oh god,
Cool.
it's like one of my friends. She like always, she's asked me like a few times like, "Oh, is Animate's hiring?" And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
We're not really like the kind of retail store that hires a lot of
Yeah.
employees. Generally, we have like better trained employees
Yeah.
who have like more shifts, sort of.
That's
We've
the
only-
thing.
we've only got,
You'd
like, a-
rather have a solid team that you can
Yeah.
like rotate through.
We've got like a couple or a few who are like more part-time casual, but everybody
Yeah.
else is like on a permanent.
See, at Spotlight, only our managers work 5 days a week. Everyone else works 4 days, 3 days. But that's how they get like rotated, because that's the thing. They do have like
That's kind of similar to us, I think.
yeah, because they have a big staff range, but it allows them to have that time to do other things during whatever period.
Yeah.
Which honestly I think is better. Like instead of having like 6 staff that are all working 5 days a week, where everyone just hates themselves, just put them on like a shorter schedule that they can like rotate through.
Yeah, the problem is you don't get paid enough.
I mean, yeah, but but obviously for the people who've been there for like 5, 6, 12 years, they're probably on a higher pay packet.
See, I just work
You'd be
40 hours
surprised.
Monday to Friday.
Sometimes you don't even get like a raise, even at that. Like if you're in retail.
Bro, I would not stay anywhere if they didn't promise me a raise in whatever time.
No. I'd probably be fine staying at Animates if I made a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
That was, because that's fun as a job.
yeah.
And, it's
And your
not like-
co-workers are cool too.
yeah, it's not like I'm bored or anything generally. Well,
I'm the
some
youngest
days it's
person
drag,
where
but
I work by like 3 years.
I'm surprisingly not the youngest.
Oh, really?
There's one person who's younger than me. Wait. 2? 1.
Something like that.
It's 1 or 2. I don't remember, but, it's great.
But yeah, like everyone else is literally like in their 50s. Besides this other, like this one girl that was hired at the same time as me. She's 24. And then the rest of them are like in their 50s. Oh, 2 of the managers are probably like early 30s. But yeah, other than that, nah. So that's like Mum was saying, because I was saying about like my birthday and things like that, and because she doesn't really know about work, she's like, "Why don't you hire some of your like work colleagues?" And I was like, "I hire. Why don't you invite some of your work colleagues?" And I was like,
Not that kind of...
yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't think Julie's gonna come over to my party. Like,
Ooh,
they're odd.
Julie.
Yeah. I'm 24, about to be 25. We just brought on one of the new guys that we just hired is 16.
Yeah,
It's like the first time that I've kind of felt like, oh, okay, I'm getting older. I'm one of the experienced people now.
Yep.
And my manager is only like 27, 28, something
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, Okay, this feels weird.
It's
I don't,
really
I don't like it.
strange. Like, obviously I know I'm 21, but in my head, I kind of still feel like I'm in that, like, 18-year-old mindset. Because
Yep.
when I was 18, that's when I went to university. So I'm still, like, I feel like, the young adult, which, like, I still am because, I'm only 21. But, like, I'm still at that age where, like, I see 18-year-olds now and they look like 15-year-olds to me sort of thing. And I'm just like, nah.
Yep.
Shemaine and I drove past this kid. Obviously, I don't know how old he is because he was sitting next to it. No shit. This kid looked like he was 14. And I was like, how is he behind a wheel? Like, you look so young. And not just
16,
like...
17.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not like he just, has like a young face or whatever. Like, this kid was like small. Like,
Small.
like, 14-year-olds before they hit puberty and like have their growth spurt and things like that. Like, he was small. And I was like, there's no way.
Bro, that's probably what I fucking looked like.
True.
I would have like
your
a
beard
fucking
and everything,
yeah, like a fucking menace, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't even imagine.
See, I feel like you didn't really have like a growth spurt. I feel like you grew quite like consistently.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever had a growth spurt of like major proportions.
Yeah.
Some people do, but I don't think I really had that. I was like, kind of just the height I am.
Yeah.
I don't wake up one day I'm like, wow, I'm tall now.
Well, that's the thing as well, because I overtook Shemaine in height. So my sister's 5'3". I overtook her in height when I was 11.
Jesus.
Nice.
And I just kind of like steadily, grew. Like I didn't. Once again, I was born tall. Like I was always the tallest in class. But like when I overtook Mum, I don't actually remember when I overtook Mum. I remember overtaking Shemaine because I remember we stood in front of the mirror because like in the morning when getting ready for school we'd always like brush our teeth and whatever. And then I remember like looking in the mirror and I was like, I'm fucking taller than you. I'm taller than you.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember overtaking Mum, and now Mum's 5'5", I'm 5'9". Like there's a decent gap.
Yeah.
I don't remember like a specific like thing being like, oh, I'm taller than Mum. I'm taller than Mum. Like.
I don't know.
It just never. I was just kind of like one day, you wake up and you're like, ah, shit, hello down there.
I kind of just let it happen.
Yeah.
We always thought I was gonna be the tallest. I think of the family. Like for some reason, our mum kept saying something like the doctor said that I would likely be the tallest for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
You got
no.
stitched
I'm not.
up.
And I'm like,
You're the shortest,
like,
aren't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
not by much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
no,
like
we're pretty close.
Yeah.
it's
And
like
then Kellen's
in-
like, what?
Everyone kept saying to me, oh, Connell's going to outgrow you. And I was like, no, he's not. Maybe I cursed you. Because I
Maybe,
was always
honestly.
like, no, he's not. He's not going to outgrow me. And
You did me dirty.
we've literally always been like an inch apart. Like,
yeah.
How
And what?
close are we in height?
You've done
we
this
never put-
before.
yeah.
You're like almost exactly the same height.
you're slightly
about
taller, though.
5'9",
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's-
think there's about 2 inches between all of us. At most.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is alright.
That sounds about
That's
right.
fine.
Yeah.
It's
But,
good.
like-
makes
5'8", 5'9", probably
makes-
going 5'10".
Yeah.
Nah,
maybe?
5'9".
Really? Are you still in that
I
bracket?
was-
I'm like
I thought I-
just on the cusp of 5'9" as
Yeah,
well, so
I
that
thought
makes
I
sense.
was.
Yeah.
I thought I was 5'8" for ages, and Dad's like, "No, you're probably closer to 5'9".
No, I'm
Yeah.
definitely 5'8".
Well, same. Yeah, I was like, I'm 5'8". Like, because I don't really care. I just like rounded. I was like, yeah, I'm about 5'8", and then I got measured, and they were like, so you're 5'9". I was like, oh,
Yo.
yeah.
That extra height.
Yeah, not quite tall enough to pull off most cosplay, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So many people I know, they were like 5'6", 5'7", like all through high school, and then after year 13 is when they had the growth spurt.
Hey?
It was really weird. So my neighbor, yeah, he was always like 5'6", 5'7", and then in the last 2 years, he's now just over 6 foot.
Jesus.
Yeah.
weird. I feel like
Damn, bro. I wish.
I feel like my like whole circle of friends, we were pretty much locked into our heights like by the time we graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of seems like
weird.
that.
To be fair
for
though,
mine
like
as well.
girls are supposed to stop growing at 18. Guys are supposed to stop growing around 21-ish.
Mm.
And I think I graduated being like 5'7". So I've grown 2 inches since
Nice.
graduating.
I
So
have no fucking clue.
yeah.
I may have gotten tall, but I have no idea. The only reason I know my height is when I got my MRI and they measured my height to go in that, I think, for some reason. Don't know how that works. But yeah, that's the only reason I know.
What was the last thing I had to measure my height for? I think it was the dress mannequin and things like that. I had to get my measurements to like figure out which mannequin was right. But like, that's the thing. It's like when people ask for my measurements for certain things, I'm just like, bro, I don't remember. Like last time I got like fully properly measured was when I got my ball dress done, which was like 4 years ago now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get any of the clothes I wore like back then. I was chunky, man.
Little chunky.
I pulled out my grad dinner suit. This would have been a few months ago. Shit tight, especially the pants. Like it was tight when I bought it, but whew, boy.
Like that's the thing. I don't feel like I've grown that much since, and like I still fit my ball dress, but like certain assets have grown a little bit. So we're like, it's she tight as well, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, maybe just get this a little bit altered.
I haven't got that much. Like I'm not as fit as I used to be. Yeah, but
that's the thing. Right. It's like weird because there's no like dramatic changes, but it's just ever so subtly. You just kind of like mellow, and you're like,
yeah. Luckily, my job is it's physical enough that it keeps most of the weight going off. Yeah, but yeah, I've definitely had to start being better about what I'm eating.
Oh, see, my job is only physical on certain days. Like if I'm in the back, like putting away fabric and things like that, that's all good because I'm like up and down the shop all the time. But then sometimes they'll be like, okay, you're on front till and you're just stuck at the till all day, and I'm like, bruh. But they always do it to me on Mondays, which are my 8-hour shifts. So I do 6 and an 8, and it's always Mondays that they're like, you're on top, and I'm like, please.
We don't really do that. We kind of just go everywhere. We're just like,
so we get allocated. Because we've got 3 different departments. We've got Manchester, furnishing, and craft.
Yeah, it's rough.
90% of the time I'm at craft. But, like, I'd rather they put me in furnishings. Because, like, even though I don't know that much about furnishings, I know even less about Manchester. Like, people will ask me about pots and things like that. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Yeah. But curtains and things like that, like, I'm starting to learn. Because it is, like, you know, you've got the different, like, drapes and, like, rings and things like that. But, like, it's more of a, I can walk with you. I could be like, hey, I'm not sure, but, like, let's go and I can, like, see it. Whereas when you're stuck at the top counter, I can't be like, let me just leave the counter and go with you. Yeah,
people just ask me stuff at work, and I'm like, they'll be like, do you have this item? I'm like, this sounds familiar, but I'm going to have to look.
See, that's why it's good that we have our earpieces, because we can literally just be like, yo, we got this, and then you just wait for someone to reply. But
why is it called Manchester? Manchester.
No idea. That's why I always get confused, because Manchester, I don't know why, just reminds me of like every time I'll say the Manchester counter, but I mean furnishings, like, because furnishing sounds more like your little trinkets and like things, like, you know, you furnish a place, whereas Manchester, for some reason, to me, like, Manchester is literally just like the curtains and like curtain rods and things like that. Furnishings is literally just the curtains and things like that, but it sounds like Manchester to me. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Well, if you're talking about, like, you know, kitchenware and
Manchester,
like homeware and stuff.
Yeah, Manchester is like everything from pillows to bedspreads to certain kitchen appliances.
See, I would never use that as a term. I've never used that as a term. I've definitely heard people use it, and I'm like, so what do you actually want? It's like I want a pillowcase.
It's homeware.
Yeah, So
Manchester, it's so poncy.
I know. That's why I always just say, hey, can you come to the top counter? Because my brain always goes, because I don't know, furnishings just sounds like all your like bits and bobs to furnish something. So I always say furnishings, and they're like, do you mean Manchester? And I'm like, I guess so.
I thought furnishings was just like everything that could go in a house to make it livable.
Right?
Yeah.
But no, it's just the curtain department.
Then just call it the curtain department. Jeez.
I know, and there's like a big sign that says like curtains and things like that. So I'm just like, see that sign that says curtains? Because if I say go to the Manchester counter, the furnishings counter. See, this is what I'm saying. It's pain. It's pain. At least craft is like self-explanatory.
Yes.
Go to the craft.
Yes.
And I don't get why don't they call Manchester like home decor?
That would work. Yes.
This hurts me inside.
Right?
Why? Why make it so complicated?
Why? Well, that's the thing. It's really not complicated. Like, everyone else just goes,
it's not really a word that, like, describes it, though. Like, Manchester is a place.
Yes, Manchester is a place.
Why would you use it for... or did it...
Oh, he's having a big brain moment.
Did the word for the finishing come first before the city? Wait, Manchester's a city, right? Yeah, sorry, I had to think about it. I can't remember if it was like some like what are they called?
Man City? That's a different place though, isn't it?
That's a football club.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manchester City. Yeah. Wait, no, Manchester. No.
They have-
Manchester United.
Manchester United
yeah,
and
there's
Manchester
two.
City. Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid people.
I'm pretty sure
So would it be
our uncle in Manchester supports City.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
That supports Liverpool. I have no idea why.
So did the word for the finishing stuff come first?
I
In terms
doubt
of
it.
referencing or the city?
I support
These are the real
Tottenham for
questions.
absolutely no reason.
You know what?
I support
Let's
no one.
Google it.
You know
What came
me.
first,
No, I
Manchester
was
or
gonna say, why is it
Manchester?
called
It's
Manchester?
fun to say that, really. No reason. I have no loyalty to Tottenham or anything. Just
Tottenham.
I'll watch a Spurs game. I don't watch sport and enjoy it unless I'm absolutely off my face.
Oh yeah.
We were I might have talked about this before, but we were out in town drinking, obviously. While the Olympics were going on last year. Was it last year?
No. Year before last.
2020. No, yeah, 2021 because they delayed it. Yeah.
Right,
last year,
yeah.
yeah, Tokyo. And we were at a bar, and they were showing the what was it? It was the clean and jerk that was going on that time. Weightlifting.
Oh
Yeah,
right.
the
I was like, what
big
are you on
old
about?
big old barbell.
Sounds like a
thing.
dance move.
That is such a good sport to watch. Holy shit! Yes, there was a Venezuelan guy who he failed out because they get like 3 tries. He failed out in the first round and then came back in the second round and absolutely nailed it. And
Absolute Chad.
yeah, and he threw the bar down when he was finished, and he was so stoked to have
Hyped.
succeeded. It was amazing to watch. Yeah, very fun.
Manchester is what the locals called bed linen because Manchester, the northern British industrial city and one-time centre of cotton spinning industry, was the main source of bedding for Australia's early settlers.
Alrighty then.
So I'm assuming the city came first, but it was maybe it got imported to Australia there?
So
Manchester
So-
is betting.
Yes.
Okay.
90% of, yeah.
And
So
so the Australians were like,
Manchester.
hey, woo, it's from Manchester, so let's call it Manchester.
Yeah.
It's probably like a
Because they're
slang
fucking
term.
stupid.
It was,
Yeah.
it was probably a slang term that just
That was just
ended
adopted, yeah.
into
They're all
common parlance
criminals.
and-
God.
Alright, I mean, you're not wrong, but
I missed what you said. What? They're all what?
I called them all criminals.
Why?
because Australia was founded as a penal colony.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought you meant
Yeah.
Manchester, and I was just like,
Oh,
let's,
maybe
let's
that
just ship
too.
all our
Maybe, yeah.
criminals
Probably
over
shank
to
each
this
other.
massive
Yeah.
continent and they'll probably die.
Bro, you walk into Britain.
Spoiler
and you
alert,
get
they
stabbed.
did.
you walk into Britain.
Britain.
Open the door. Walk into Britain.
One does not simply walk into Britain. Come on, let's go.
No,
Well,
you
you do.
strut.
There's
You
like-
strut
There's
into
like a
Britain.
there's like a underwater
I
tunnel,
don't
right?
walk, I strut.
I don't walk. I strut.
Oh my god,
I don't pray. I slay.
All right.
it's very warm in here.
Should we leave it
dude,
there
I'm
then?
so warm.
Well, you're also under the bed.
Well,
like,
yeah, because
bed
I'm
sheets.
wearing shorts, but when I cross my legs, they obviously ride up just from like sitting, and I'm just more comfortable because like if I sit like this without the bed, it just
Fair
looks
enough.
weird. But
Okay.
so otherwise, I cross my legs and they kind of like run up, and I was like, that's just too much skin to like have just out.
Yes.
So
All right, that I can
I'm
understand.
very warm.
But still, I don't feel like you're allowed to complain because of this.
I mean, my upper body's
Argument
not, but I'm also up against the
voided.
pillows, so my
I mean,
back's not breathing either.
You can still explain. I'll just judge
Yeah.
you silently.
That's fine. That's fine. It's actually not my
Explain,
legs that are
complain.
warm. That's the thing.
Complain.
It's not my legs that are warm. It's my back and things because like I'm just up against the pillows. I'm just like. It's
Also,
getting
yes,
warm.
I'm wearing pants today because I got a haircut this morning, and I don't wear shorts to go get a haircut because I don't want the hair getting like all in my shoes and socks.
That is true.
So you
That
just
is
mean
true.
you don't want the hair getting stuck in your leg hairs.
No,
Like,
just
that's
like it gets. Well, yes, I don't want hair on my legs, but
Yeah.
also in my shoes and shit. Like, no.
Yeah.
Do you
no.
not shower after a haircut anyway? Because like with
No, I
guys
just-
getting haircuts,
Nah, I'm
it's
too
like-
lazy.
I just like rinse my.
Fair.
Just rinse. My
Well, they
hair
wash
out.
your hair anyway, don't they?
Today they did.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yes.
So it was fine.
Depends how they
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
generally they
Honestly.
don't, depending on how busy they are.
Yeah,
But
I cut
was like,
Dad's hair, and he was so skeptical the entire time. Because then I brought out the electric razor. Obviously, I had the attachment on it, but for some reason he doesn't know how attachments work. And he, you're not fucking buzzing my head, and I was just
What?
like, no, I've got
That's
like a
not what I'm doing.
yeah, but like I've got a number 4 like attachment on it. Like, no, obviously not.
That's
And,
not
like,
happening.
I like put the razor like through because he eventually like, trusted me, and he was like, and I was just like, what are you doing?
Has the man never been to a barber before?
It's kind of like a
He
caveman.
went for the first time like a couple of weeks because Mum always used to cut his hair.
No.
Yeah.
Was it just like all scissors? Or
I swear she's used the razor before, but like his hair was really long, so I was like, if I'm doing scissors on all of this, I'm gonna be here for years. So I used the attachment to shorten it a little bit and also just take some of the thickness out of it because he's got really thick hair. Not on top though, not anymore. So he's definitely gonna be like one of those Friar Tuck men who have like the just band through there. Because
Good
on
old
top,
tonsure.
I think
Yep.
it's because he always wears caps as well. Well, not so much anymore, but he used to wear caps all the time. So obviously like rubbing the top of your head. But like this is starting to thin out, but this is like luscious. And I'm just like, bro, he's gonna be one of them. He's gonna be one of them.
Yeah.
at that point, you just need to embrace the mullet.
Embrace the mullet.
Mullet with a tonsure? Hell yeah.
Oh, I hate.
It's a conversation starter.
Certain mullets can actually look all right. You know, like a Steve Irwin mullet. You know, but the kids these days, the ones that you know when they just like shave the sides and then but like the top's not even long. Like all of this is short and then they just have the long back. Have you seen those? It's just like a tuft in the back of their head. It's not even a proper mullet.
I think
Like
I know what you're on
all
about.
of this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
short. And it's just a tuft on the back of their head.
Maybe,
and I'm like,
there's-
what are you
there's a-
doing?
There's a lot of
Why?
haircuts I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm just like, what about that is appealing, attractive, I don't know, like makes sense.
Sometimes they work, sometimes they
I've
don't.
never seen a single one of those haircuts that worked.
I
not
highly
those
recommend
specifically.
that everyone look up pictures of Brian Brushwood from last year. He's the co-host of a YouTube channel called The Modern Rogue. They do a lot of like, I'll say manly stuff, but it's like it's just
Manly
that's not
stuff.
accurate at all. He's a former street magician. Sorry, former magician, professional magician, fire eater.
Fire
Yeah.
Yes.
bringer of chaos.
Yeah. Yes. Highly recommend everyone check out The Modern Rogue. But yeah, he like grew his hair out over quarantine over the last couple of years,
Yeah.
and then like trimmed it back into a proper mullet and had like a mustache kind of like
Damn.
massive mustache going on, and he kept it like that for a few weeks. It was filthy, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Chad.
Do you know who else was at LAB? Have you seen the guy who stands outside Girls High that has the muzzer for mayor?
Muzz for mayor.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I don't
He-
ever go past this, and no.
You've never seen him.
No, I don't
I-
think so.
I drive past that intersection every day on my way to work.
Right?
Yep.
I always see
Oh,
him.
it's-
And like I really
he-
wanted to go up to him.
Maybe.
When he says Muzz for mayor, is he talking about Murray Chong?
I have no idea.
He's got
Does
to be,
he
right?
does he stand on that grass ridge to the left when
Yep.
you're going
Yeah.
out?
Yep. And he always has a walkie-talkie
Okay.
and he stands there like he's got something to do. But like
I may have seen
he's
him.
there almost every single day and he's just standing there.
He's got to be shilling for Chong, right?
But like what? But like what
Muzz
is he
doesn't
doing?
Sound like what?
I don't know.
Maybe.
But what is he doing? I was so tempted, but he was off his face, man. Like he was jamming.
I feel like he's off his face every time.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And then but this other
constantly.
guy who had a mullet walked up to him and was like filming a video, and they were like shaking their hair and they're like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
like as if they were at a like fucking like Def Leppard concert.
Yeah.
Like they were like going for it, man. And I really wanted to walk up to him and just be like, yo, what's your deal? Like I'm just really
I'm
curious.
Who is Muzz?
And that's how he ropes you in. And he's like, all right, so my political course starts a whole fucking thing. It's like just
Right.
turns like
Fuck
straight
Murray
face,
Chong,
like
yeah.
right. So
He's the one person I would listen to about politics. I'm like, I really just want to know
yeah.
what you're about, man. Like I see you every day. Why?
Yeah.
it's like going on like the random flat Earth like Facebook.
You guys,
pages and stuff.
you guys have seen the Q house around the corner, right?
Yes.
yeah.
it ended up on Reddit a couple of weeks
Do
ago.
you
Oh, bro.
do you ever
That's
think
great.
about the fact that there may just be a group of people who just know about you, but you have no idea about them, but they know you exist and like see things you do?
Wait, what do you mean see things you do?
I
I
was
was
gonna,
about
like-
to say I'm on the
Okay,
internet.
so-
so
there's
he's
this-
talking about from the perspective of the Muzz guy, or because like we all know about him, but he has no idea that we exist.
I was about
Yeah.
Is it?
So he
I was
has
also
no
about
idea
to say
we're aware
I'm
of him.
on the internet. I've had people come up to me and recognize me. I'm like, I don't know.
Yes, but there's one.
Yeah.
There is
cool.
this man.
Yeah.
There's this man on the New Zealand Facebook Flat Earth
Alright.
Facebook group, and everybody
What
in
a
our
psycho.
friend, the majority of people in our friend group know this man.
Yeah.
We know about him. It's what's his name? It's Shay Ray Ray. And that's his name. And there was this one profile picture we saw, and it was just him, but he looked very scary.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck. And so this man, we all know about him.
Yeah.
We all know his name. We all know his face.
Yeah.
So if we saw him out in public, we would all know him. But this
Yeah.
man has no idea we exist, nor
my
know
God.
about him. Just a bunch of guys. Just
Yeah.
like 10 guys who know who he is. And it's so weird to think that he has no idea that we exist, but know about him.
Yep.
That keeps me up at night sometimes. Thinking about like,
Well, yeah, my thing's the same thing with like YouTubers and things like that. Like I was explaining something to Mum about like the groups beside me, and I was just like, oh yeah, like Vic's just got engaged, and like Simon's just moved into his girlfriend. Mum's like, the fact that you all like know their names and like what they're up to is just so weird. Because like that's the thing. If I like went up to them and like met them in the street, I'd be like, oh yo, it's like Simon, like what's up? Obviously, he has no idea who I am, but he'd be polite because he'd be like, okay, you know, they clearly know me from the internet or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I probably know a scary amount of information. Not like actively, like I haven't like researched them, but just from watching their videos, I probably know a
Yeah.
scary amount of information about them.
yeah.
That
Definitely.
is just like, it's so weird to think about. And obviously, like I said, I'm on the internet and things like that, and like people probably know a lot about me that I didn't intend to be like out there, but like literally
Probably.
just like a Google, all like your accounts show up and things like that. So like anything that I have like posted, like someone from, because I've got my beauty Instagram sort of like online persona Instagram page, and then I've just got like my personal one, and my personal one's not private because like it's not like there's no more like real information on it, but it's just like, you know, there's things that I would post like from a daily, not necessarily like makeup or like a day thing or whatever. And someone from my stream followed me on there, and I was like, no. I was like, listen, we're not doing this. Like, we're not becoming friends.
No, this is not how this works. No.
Yeah. And it
Oh,
seems
boy.
really weird because like obviously these people, they like come into your streams every day, and like one of the guys that comes into my streams almost every day is like, his username is Sly, and like every time he comes in, I'm like, yo, Sly, like I have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
No, like if he walked past me on the street, I wouldn't know who he was. But you know, I get excited every time they come into stream. I'm like, yo, yeah, you're back, cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird.
He could walk past me and be like, yo, Jen, it's Sly, and I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
scary. They'd be like, please don't insult me.
Yeah, just that whole attitude around like online interactions is it's weird. I feel like it's something we're still figuring out.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it that kind of parasocial phenomena comes into it. It's just a minefield.
Very weird.
One of my weirdest things was with TikTok as well. So like one of my videos just recently hit 10k views, and I was just
Nice.
like, wow, like 10k. I don't know if it really works on individual accounts or just how many times it gets replayed, but anyway, roughly 10k people have like seen my face. Like they'll probably forget it, you know, they'll probably walk past it, but it's just like that many people have like seen it and interacted with it. And like I think I ended up with like 300 followers just from that one video.
Shit.
All
Damn.
men. All men. To be fair, it wasn't like a thirst trap or something, but it was that type of content that was like directed towards men. And I was just like, my audience is now just like from one video, they've like, I'm gonna follow this chick, I'm gonna like look at this chick, and I was just like, it's just a bit weird when it's like from that. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's really
I mean,
weird.
I would say just keep making the kind of content that you want to make, and if they like it, they'll stick around, and if that's not what they're there for, they'll bugger off, hopefully.
yeah, hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed. But there's the amount of unsolicited comments you get.
I can imagine.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And you're just like, because that's the thing, if you're posting like thirst traps and things like that, like you're kind of opening the door for it, but like normal content, and then you get the unsolicited comments, you're like, why?
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 How did this trigger you to say this?
Yeah. But why?
And it's got
Be
too
more
much
constructive
hand,
with your
too much
feedback.
tongue. Yeah. Say.
Right. I think that was a good
Stroke.
episode, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just very hot. Like,
I'm just tired from work.
I'm both.
oh, did you work today as well?
No. I'm
Oh, just-
tired.
Oh, it's...
You have a
I'm
full-time job,
tired. I'm tired from working, just not from today.
though. Yeah, you have a
Ah.
full-time job, though, so fair
Yeah.
enough. We're on
Yeah,
the
no.
little part-time things.
that's going to be interesting. With
Shit,
me
I need to see if
getting
I've
into
got work this Thursday.
Yeah, getting into streaming with a full-time job is going to be.
That's the thing. When I
interesting.
move, I'm going to be working 2 jobs. So,
Jesus.
and then trying to stream and do YouTube between that. Like, I'm going to have to figure it out because, like I said, in goal, I still want to be on YouTube and do that sort of thing.
Yes.
I'm just getting a better job for, in the meantime, sort of thing. And, like, I was saying to Mum, I was just like, look, if, the interwebs doesn't work out, like, I want to be able to have a career that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Definitely.
it's like, if I do have to do this full time, I want it to be something I still enjoy and whatnot. But trying to juggle both, like, in that meantime, because basically one of the jobs I'm going to is an unpaid apprenticeship. That's why I need the second job.
Yes.
But it's just until I
Yeah.
start taking clients. Like,
Okay.
it's not for any extended amount of time. It's just while I'm practicing. So for the first 6 months, it's going to be, like, rough.
Yeah, no.
I hope you have
No,
savings.
thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a definite.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I got paid from Twitch as well, which, I'm not as broke as I thought I was anymore. So I was just like, bless.
Yo.
I actually completely forgot about it until it was like, you've been paid out from Twitch. And I was like,
Excellent.
yeah. But anyway, this was a very unscripted episode. Honestly, I
Yeah, it
kind of
was.
enjoyed it. I reckon I would be more enthusiastic just if it wasn't so warm. Like,
yes.
Oh, it's been so fucking hot, yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me look at the weather.
It's just because, well, it's just warmer in here because we're all,
Oh, it's definitely
respirating.
warm. It's
the
20.
humidity.
It's 22 degrees outside Celsius.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
the humidity in here
The
is
door's
just
closed,
like
the fan's off. We don't have AC in this house.
Yeah.
which generally we don't need because it's pretty alright. But in here,
When the doors
Not
close.
in my fucking room.
well, it's because you have your PC going like
Yeah,
24/7.
Bro,
The
remember when
airflow's
that was your
terrible
room?
because this alleyway.
Remember when that little office was your room?
Yeah, that was hot. It's a big window.
Were you always in that room?
Yes.
Damn. Well, mind you, most of your stuff was downstairs. That makes sense.
71.5 Fahrenheit, roughly. Which,
Fucking
I don't know.
Americans.
22 degrees.
Boop. No.
Anyway,
Let's not do that.
we will catch you next week. Are we going to go back to more like structured thing, or see? I feel like we
How
don't really
lazy
need.
are we?
That's the thing. I feel like we don't really need structure, but if we just had topics and then just like spitball
Yes.
about the topics.
Has everyone seen the new Spider-Man?
No, I wanted to
No.
see it yesterday, but my bitch ass family was like, I don't really want to watch Spider-Man, and I was
Seriously.
right. I was just like.
It's fantastic.
Because Mum
That's
was
all I'm
like, I
gonna
feel
say.
like Spider-Man's been done to death. And I was like, but that's the thing. They all come back and like all the villains come back and like it's better. And then she was just like, and then Shemaine didn't want to see it. And I was just like, bruh.
Like, who cares if it's been done? They're telling we can get into that.
Just don't think about
Do you
it.
reckon this will be the last Spider-Man movie?
No,
Oh, really?
no. I think Tom Holland has a lot of negotiating power at the moment.
True.
And also the MCU films have been a massive cash cow for Sony.
Yeah.
So I don't think they will be like. They'll probably try to renegotiate with Marvel like they did a few years ago.
Yeah.
But I definitely think they will be sticking with the MCU.
I just
Probably.
wonder where Marvel's really going to go in terms of like, Captain America is dead, so they can only do prequels. Black
There's a
Widow
bunch more
is-
stuff.
What?
Well, the original Captain America.
Well, yeah, no. Chris Evans isn't going to be in the MCU anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It's Sam Wilson now.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
What
like,
do you mean? What do you mean? What?
eh.
What? They have so much to use.
There's a
Black
lot.
Widow's dead. They can only do prequels if they do another one, which I doubt.
We don't need more
Yelena.
Black Widow.
Yelena is the new Black Widow.
See, it's just I don't know. Getting new ones just seems so.
You're gonna
like-
complain about it, and there's gonna
This
be a
is-
new one. You're gonna
Look,
watch a thing
they-
on the new one and be like, "Wow, that was great."
But this is the thing. No, I've
But
seen
this
all
is
the
what they do
Spider.
in comics all the time.
But this is what I'm saying. I've seen all the Spider-Man, and the Andrew Garfield. I don't really care. Like
well, they
Spider.
weren't that great.
That's the thing. Spider-Man. I don't really care about.
But if it's done well, then you do.
Exactly, and I still.
I'm
don't
just not-
really
I'm
care.
just
Well,
not
there's the
entirely
original Spider-Man, and then you say, "Wow, this new Spider-Man's incredible," and now you're saying about the other one. That doesn't make sense.
I'm just
Well,
not sure
no,
where
'cause
you're
this
going
one
with
they-
this.
Contradictory.
But no, because this one they all come together, and like all the villains. Because the villains were cool, but I'm saying the movies as a whole. Is
But
just
it's
kinda
still fucking Spider-Man.
like, yeah.
It's still the same.
I'm just not entirely sure what you're trying to say, really.
Like
You've made a
the new-
contradictory
I'm saying the
argument.
new characters just don't excite me as much as the old. Like I will still watch it. I will say I will still watch it to see if it is good.
I mean-
but they just don't excite me as much.
I mean, I'll say I feel like you like.
I haven't
it's-
seen Black Widow still
It's,
because I just don't
probably
care.
it's probably just the fact that we've gone through this journey with those established characters,
Exactly, yeah.
and the new characters, the ones that they're bringing in and the ones that are taking over these mantles from previous characters, a lot of them haven't been established properly yet. So you're not going to have that connection with them until, 3-4 films in. So,
yeah, maybe. But it's the same with Ant-Man. I still haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Really?
Yep. I just don't care.
It's pretty alright. It's good.
Like, I mean, probably. And I still haven't seen Black Widow because I just don't care. Like, I was so gassed for a Black Widow movie and I saw the trailer and I was just like...
It definitely should have come out after Civil War. Like
After Civil War?
Yeah, because it's set between
Oh,
Civil
yeah,
War
yeah,
and
yeah,
Infinity
yeah.
War. Yeah. Fuck Ike Perlmutter. He can go die in a fire.
What?
He was the Marvel Studios exec, the real sexist piece of shit.
I don't know anything about this.
He's the reason that Black Widow had like no merch when the first Avengers film came out.
Oh.
He's the reason that Maya Hansen wasn't the villain in Iron Man 3. Why they went with the shitty fake Mandarin plotline, because he thought that people wouldn't want to see a movie where a woman was the villain. So
Oh.
yeah, no, this guy
Thor?
is a piece of shit. I think he was ousted by the time Ragnarok came around.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But even then, that's why we didn't get a female-led movie until Captain Marvel.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that either.
It's okay. Again, it's like a standard origin movie. Like, I feel like maybe that's why you're not excited, is because you haven't like watched everything, and I don't know. Maybe...
But that's what I'm saying. It just didn't excite me to watch it. I don't feel like I've missed out anything.
I feel like we maybe need to do a rewatch of the.
But that's the thing. It's like the original Captain Americas. I can rewatch those like so.
Oh,
many
those
times.
are great movies. They're
And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I just feel like those were good standalone movies.
And maybe you'll find the other ones will be, but you haven't like.
I don't know. I feel like also the fact that they're diving into so many TV series. Like, to be fair, I'm not a TV series person, so I'm not the like demographic. But like the TV series, just feel like they're killing it. Like Hawkeye getting a TV series. And mind you, he's
It was great.
Have they put out a movie or is it just series?
It's just the series, and it's great. It's fantastic.
I
think it's the best of them.
Because Haley Steinfeld's in it, and
Yes.
I've seen it, and I've seen the trailers, and I'm kind of like, yeah, like I could be tempted to watch it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like it's movie level quality in episodes, and it just annoys me. I don't have time to like. Obviously, it's the same amount of time, but I feel like I can commit more to a movie.
I mean, you're probably
than-
gonna enjoy some of them, and some you're not. I mean, I liked WandaVision, but I didn't like what is it? Thing in the Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the series though, they'll be written so that you don't have to watch them to get the story. Like you can still do the movies. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier, like it's a great story, and I feel like it needed to be told, but you don't really need it. Like everything in there, you can just jump from Endgame to Captain America 4, and like Sam is Captain America now. That's it. Like everything that happened in the TV show, like that's important to his character, but you wouldn't really need it to, just follow the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Same with WandaVision. Like between.
Plus, I thought he was sick Falcon anyway, but like.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
Honestly,
so
I'm just
that he's Captain America, it's kind of like, well, Falcon's kind of dead.
No, because have you seen the series?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, no, there's a guy that they introduce in the series who in the comics is the second Falcon. So he's probably going to take up the Falcon mantle after this, which is fine, and he's a great character. I like him.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking excited for the future of the MCU and what they're going to be doing with these characters and everything that they're bringing in. And I don't know, like every argument that you're throwing at me is like, I don't get it, honestly.
My argument is literally just I'm not hyped. Like that's the only argument I've got.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and that's the thing. When you introduce new characters, it either goes one way or the other. You're like, oh my god, they've got a new one, or it's just like, oh, well then, okay. Like it's literally going to go one of those two ways.
I feel like maybe I'm more of that kind of fan who's excited for just the kind of.
You're more into the actual production, like Marvel as
probably.
whole
studio, like sort of thing. Like you're like really into it, whereas I'm just about the movies. Like
fair enough.
To be fair, I haven't really gone into the lore of like Marvel and all that sort of like background stuff. So like just from a movie perspective, I'm just gonna like, am I hyped?
I'm like halfway in between.
Yeah. Like I really like the Marvel movies, but I don't know. I just haven't been hyped for the last releases. I am hyped for Spider-Man because I did watch the last one. I didn't watch the first Spider-Man from Tom Holland. Didn't watch it because I just didn't care. Watched the second one just because it was on TV. And I was like, you know what? Like it wasn't that bad. So now I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll watch the third one. But Andrew Garfield's one, I don't think I've actually seen the second one of his. I saw when Gwen dies.
You don't need it.
No,
it's not
the first one was okay. It wasn't like criminal. It was like, yeah, it's a movie. And the second one was like, ugh.
Are we putting spoilers in here or?
For what?
No Way Home.
I mean, have you?
There's clips I've seen.
I don't want to
TikTok,
edit
just-
in
Okay.
spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, that's
and-
fine.
and neither of you have seen it yet.
No.
So we'll
Okay, watch
we'll
it by
wait.
next week.
No. Fuck off.
Have you guys seen the new Ghostbusters?
Nah.
It's quite good.
I haven't
Seen the
watched a
trailer.
movie in a very long
pretty good.
time.
Yeah.
I see a lot of movies.
I don't really watch TV
Are these
shows
all
or
on
movies
Disney
that
Plus
often
now?
Anymore.
Eternals dropped a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah. That's the one with Tom Holland now, isn't it?
What?
Is it?
What?
No, which one's the one with Tom
Yeah.
Holland?
Eternals? No, that's the one with
Uncharted's the one with Tom Holland, sorry.
Yeah.
That's-
No, that
yeah.
is not MCU.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just
what?
titles got mixed up.
No, Eternals. That's the one with Richard Madden and Gemma Chan and Don Lee and Angelina Jolie and Kit Harington and
I know the
Kumail
movie he's
Nanjiani.
on about. I just don't know a lot of these
Seriously?
cast
No, I
members.
haven't
It
seen
was
it then.
pretty good.
You say cast member names. I don't know people.
Is this just on
I
Disney
see it-
Plus?
I see
Hey,
a
Is
person's
this
name.
just on Disney Plus or was it in the movie?
It just dropped on the 10th, but it came out the movie's in like November.
I see a person's
Oh, I
name,
don't
and
know.
I'm like, I don't know who the fuck is.
Only
I,
name
I
I
see a
recognized
face.
from that was
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
I see a
You guys
face.
Are,
I'm
you
like,
guys are
oh
out
yeah,
of the
that
loop,
person.
man.
No, I
Oh,
see.
yeah.
I recognize people by faces, not by names. I'm like,
Did you recognize Angelina Jolie?
well, yeah, because who fucking does it?
And on that
just,
note, we shall end because we're going for an hour and 22.
Yeah.
We can carry this on next week.
I guess I'm just a franchise junkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you are. You are.
That's probably accurate.
When you get into something, you're like, I need to know the law.
Yes. Yes. That has definitely
Yeah.
happened with
Whereas
many.
I just
many
watched a movie and I'm
fandoms.
like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Okay.
we shall see you next week. Much love.
Goodbye.
Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Bye. Don't push stop.
Bye.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.